So I just realized that there were plenty of art books that I did not show you guys when I decided to look for a different art book. I was like, oh, hey, I found a whole bunch of it. Sorry about that. I accidentally got my camera unplugged. I'm trying to get a new battery because this has absolutely no charge to it. I always have to keep it plugged in, which means that if I try to carry it around, if I pull too much, it will interrupt me. So I think the last thing I was saying was that Vasari described Clovio as the Michelangelo of miniature. And that's a huge compliment from Vasari, because Vasari all but worshipped Michelangelo. And like I mentioned, I believe that Clovio was a teacher of Sophonisba, and there is a painting that she did of him. Let's see what else. Oh, then down here, oh, almost forgot, scrapbook. The scrapbook, which I consider scrapbook. So this is one book about the history of scrapbooks. I also have one that's in a different area called Writing with Scissors, which is about scrapbooking in Civil War America, which is a really cool title for a book. Then I think it's down here that I have the other one I was thinking. Ah, there we go. So let me get a light on here, because otherwise we won't be able to see. So we have there Painted Prayers. Let me go ahead and go in further. Then I'll pick up my light again. Okay, there we go. So the Hours of Henry VIII and Painted Prayers both cover the Book of Hours. The Hours of Henry VIII particularly is his Book of Hours. Then I read this year, the Bible Illuminated. Actually, I read Painted Prayers this year as well. The Dress Diary. It's a diary that a woman made using, I guess, different scraps from dresses that she had. So it's kind of like a scrapbook. The Beatrix Potter, I mean, yes, it's writing, but she did her own artwork as well. Inspired by the Word is paintings that are based on the Bible. Mary and the Art of Prayer. It has to do with the Book of Prayer. I can't remember. This is another. This is a Fulton Brown book. What's her first name? I can't remember what her first name is. And if I go to reach for it, I'm going to put down the light. But the one that actually made me go looking for all my books again is The Forger's Spell. And actually, I am going to be putting down the light for a second. But I'll try to angle in the right direction. So, The Forger's Spell. Oops, yes, the Dress Diary. Oh, well, we're going to be looking at the Dress Diary for a brief moment. Let me bring it up here. So, the Dress Diary. I thought it was going to have more pictures. So, I don't have oh, here we go. So, yeah, it shows scraps of the fabrics that you put in there. I think this is for a specific woman. Yes, Secrets from Victorian Woman's Wardrobe. Now, the one I actually went in here for is The Forger's Spell. And I was looking up, I fell down a rabbit hole trying to look for another female artist. She was a miniaturist who worked for Henry VIII's court. Now, there aren't any actual books on her. She was brought up in a conversation about Sophonisba. Sophonisba and another woman were among several women who went and did painting at royal courts in the 1500s. And while I was looking for a book on this woman, this book doesn't exist, about the one that painted miniatures at the court of Henry VIII. At least I haven't found it yet. But while looking for this book, I fell down a rabbit's hole that was like about art that the Nazis stole and this and the other. And it reminded me of a book that I picked up and forgotten about called The Forger's Spell. A true story of Vermeer, Nazis, and the greatest art hoax of the 20th century. And it is the true story of Johannes Vermeer and the small-time Dutch painter who dared to impersonate him centuries later. The con man's mark was Hermann Göring, one of the most reviled leaders of Nazi Germany and a fanatic collector of art. It was an almost perfect crime. For 7 years, a no-account painter named Han van Meegeren managed to pass off his paintings as those of one of the most beloved and admired artists who ever lived. But the reason for the forger's success was not his artistic skill. Van Meegeren was a mediocre artist. His true genius lay in psychological manipulation, and he came within inches of fooling both the Nazis and the world. Instead, he landed in Amsterdam court on trial for his life. I think I also have The Rescue Artist, which is another book that this author wrote, although I'm not quite sure where that one's at. So I forgot about this one. Either I will save it for a different Framed in September, or I could read it coming up. I always have some sort of art book going because, as you can tell, I have a lot on the history of art because it's just something that I enjoy. I do believe that is it. If I think of anything else, maybe I will create a different video, but I just wanted to do a short one showing all the art books that I forgot that I have. I know I have downstairs one I've already read about Hans Holbein. I'm sure I have others downstairs that I've forgotten about. I know I have The Rescue Artist somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where I put it. But yeah, The Forger's Spell is the whole reason for the video you have right now, just because I was like, oh yeah, I have that book, and while I was looking for it, I was like, oh yeah, I have all these other books that I forgot about. So, this video is thanks to this World War II era forger who dared to try to fool the Nazis. So thank you very much for joining me for this really quick, unexpected video. Hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you for the next video. God bless. Bye.